Hello guys, welcome to my first ever series RAOj, or as it's formally called, it's backwards, but Romeo and or Juliet. This book is a choosable path book by Ryan North, and I'm gonna read it to you. If you have the book, follow along because, usually episodes are 15 minutes, but I'm gonna start off with 20 minutes. So, let's begin reading. Enjoy. Follow along on scenario 1. The reason why I'm saying it's scenario 1 is because sometimes scenarios have like 2 or even maybe 3 scenarios on a page. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. So, here we go. Part 1 or episode 1 of my brand new series, Romeo and or Juliet, RAOj. Enjoy. As we know now, William Shakespeare, 1564 AD, whenever he died, was well known for borrowing from existing literature when writing his plays. One previous publication, To Be or Not to Be, that is The Adventure, firmly established the award-winning play Hamlet. I know, turns out there are awards for plays, aka Tonys, was lifted wholesale for the recently rediscovered text. We suggested that To Be or Not to Be was both the earliest example of the book as game genre, as well as the first instance ever in the then newish English language that was kicking around of adventure being chosen by you, the reader. We were wrong. This book, which you are now about to enjoy, really is the earliest example of non-linear second-person narratives that are more fun than they sound. We did some more research. It's true this time. William Shakespeare sat down to write Romeo and Juliet. He had a choice. He could make up his own story, or he could flip through this book, Romeo and or Juliet, and just stone cold copy down what he read. As we now know, he chose the latter. This book he plagiarized from was lost until recently, when I found it again. It was just over there. Someone had put a coat over it, which I think is why we didn't notice it earlier. Romeo and or Juliet is presented here with the original text, unaltered from when Shakespeare stole it. All we've added are some rad illustrations, and we also put adorable little hearts next to the choices Shakespeare made when plagiarizing this book. I'll tell you when that is. That way, if you follow the path when you make a choice, you'll get the same play that Shakespeare ended up with. However, that is not the only story in this book, and honestly, a lot of others are way better. Feel free to explore your other options, as there are over 46 quadrillion, 12 trillion, 475 billion, 909,287,476 distinct adventures combined within this book. Though, to be fair, after the first quintillion, a lot of them are probably going to seem pretty familiar. Now prepare yourself for what is called the greatest love story ever told, for some reason. Gingerly place your emotions into the front car of a roller coaster, strap them in tight, kiss them on the forehead, and tell them you love them, and that you'll see them soon. Too late. This emotional roller coaster just got started. Well, this is about to be insane. Turn the page if you have the copy. Oh, Romeo and Juliet, Oh, Romeo and or Juliet, Romeo and or Juliet, wherefore art thou Romeo and or Juliet? So, intelligent and well-informed readers of interactive fiction, what would you like to do now? I'd like to play without spoilers, so we are going to scenario 36. Sorry. Okay. You have just been born. Congratulations. Good work on that thing. Now, surprise, babies are boring. So we're gonna jump ahead in time to a point where you're 14 and you've always lived a reasonable chunk of your life. I can promise you that most of what we're gonna see now will be flabbergastingly interesting. Teens do all sorts of interesting things. They make friends, they shed tears, they totally make out. And other things too, probably. I think we can all agree that high school rules and is definitely the most important part of your life. So let's join this awesome stuff already in progress. Well, you are in Verona, in Italy. When you are is Sunday, July 21st, 1585 at 8:18 p.m. Who are you? Well, that's entirely up to you. I am gonna choose Romeo. Romeo? He's a 15-year-old teen who loves love, loves being in love, and loves being in love with love. Big into love, this guy. He's deeply, sincerely in love with Rosalind, who is smart and pretty and so perfect. Oh my god. It is weird we haven't mentioned her in this title though. Anyway, Romeo interests include thinking about women and also not being called up to the front of the class while thinking about women. Oh god. Last year he moved out of his parents' house and into a tinier house that his parents also owned. Romeo got a +1 book to composition and elocution. That's like talking. But minus one weakness against moderation and foresight. If you think you'll need to recite poetry in this adventure, he's a good choice. He is allied with Team Montague. Oh, now we're getting into Team Montague versus Capulets. Okay, if you have the book, you can read Juliet's on where scenario 37 is. I'm not going to read it for time's sake, because we have a lot of time, actually. Scenario 27. You are Romeo. You've been wandering around town since dawn. You were up early and sad because you are so in love with Rosalind. She's perfect. You tell yourself. She's a real grown-up lady, beautiful, with legs that won't quit, and with arms that won't quit, and with the rest of her that's unwilling or unable to quit as well. But she's more than just a collection of limbs, isn't she? She's a full-fledged, awesome woman, and she's clever and funny and interesting, and you're certain two people have never been better suited for one another. The only problem is that she doesn't return your affection. Like at all. Dude, you're not even at the, oh Romeo, I like you as a friend level. You're at the, it's Romeo, right? Level. The, listen, Romeo, I've taken a vow of chastity level. The, hey, I just remembered this vow lasts my entire life, so I'm sorry level. You can't figure out why she wouldn't bend the rules even a little for you. Your 15-year-old boy who confessed your love to a woman in her 30s within 5 minutes of meeting her. What's not to like? All the walking hasn't helped you make any progress on this problem, and you're stuck on what you're calling stage 1, trying to figure out the precise series of sounds to make, emotions to emulate, and actions to undertake in order to make Rosalind fall in love with you, because that's how romance works. You're pondering the problem when you spot 3 people in conversation up ahead of you. They look like your parents, Charles and Rosemary, talking with your best friend / cousin, Benvolio. Benvolio's great. No. Yeah. And right now he's wearing this super cool vest. It's got like badges on it and tassels. I know that sounds terrible, but it's really working for him. I'm still checking out the vest when your parents and Benvolio notice he's standing there. Your mom and dad abruptly leave while Benvolio turns and jogs toward you. Good morning, cousin, he shouts, waves. You're pretending not to notice because you're sad and want to be left alone. And also because when Benvolio's a good friend, he kinda takes everything literally, which makes him not the best person to talk about your feelings with. Actually, you saw Benvolio earlier today, only you didn't want to talk to him because you were walking around crying over your feelings. Oh, Romeo, wherefore art art thou such a wimp, Romeo? So you jump into the woods and then hid Will crying until he went away, because that's how you solve problems. But there are no woods here. There are only garbage cans. What do you do? Oh God, I'm hiding in the garbage can. Sorry, William Shakespeare. I'm taking the... So, hide in the garbage can. We're going to scenario 21. Sorry, I kinda abandoned William Shakespeare by this point. It's not a very big garbage can, and it's way too small to fit you inside. You've got 1 foot on top of the garbage can that's already in it, and you're gingerly placing an orange peel on your head when Benvolio catches up to you. Romeo, he says, you're so crazy. Ha ha ha. Are you trying to hide in the garbage can? Aye, mate, you say, wanting to say something instead of I, but this is a family book, so you can't use words like, oh, nice try, you almost got me there, but I'm not saying it. Oh, God. Okay. If you say words like that, then babies and seniors alike scowl at you. You should know that. Talk to Benvolio, unfortunately. Turn to page 14. Scenario 14, I'm sorry. Benvolio shakes her hand repeatedly. Good morning, he says. You ask him if it's really morning, and he confirms that it is. And you figure that's enough small talk. Time to talk about the important things, your feelings. Let me level with you, Ben, you say. Here's my whole deal. I love someone, but she doesn't love me back. Benvolio agrees that, yeah, that sounds bad, and that love can be rough sometimes. What's rough is that love is supposed to be blind, but it still can see its way into making me do whatever it wants. You say, personifying your emotions as an imagined third party whose tyranny allows you to preemptively, sorry about these big words, above yourself of responsibility for your own actions. That's right. Don't think I didn't notice. You're talking about love some more when you realize it's breakfast o'clock and you haven't eaten since it was dinner o'clock. That was yesterday. Let's go breakfast. Let's go to page 28. Breakfast, you say. Dude, let's eat some breakfast. Where shall we dine? You're about to give Benvolio a chance to respond when you realize he has blood on his face. It's been there this whole time and you're just noticing now. You joke. Although honestly, part of the fault is mine. Since I'm in charge of scene description here and I didn't notice either. I was too distracted by his cool vest. Speaking of which, I've had some time to check out the vest some more, and I'm pretty sure there are some sequins something like that, into it. It's so great. Can you ask him where he got it? Let's ask about his face over breakfast, because I really need some breakfast. Breakfast is on page 38, and this will be our last little section. You take Benvolio's hand and you tell him you're going to the amazing little brunch place you know. Everyone loves brunch, obviously, but you're super love brunch. You are so big into brunch that your middle name should be Brunch. But you've spent several weeks trying to convince your friends that it's Dr. Lovesworth, so it's too late for that now. The quality of the egg benedicts there is off the hook, you say to Benvolio as you lead him down the road. They have twice fried bacon. That's insane. I'm going to ask you about your face over breakfast. Nice job, Romeo. Okay, said Benvolio, a little hesitant. He pauses. I got into a fight at the you say, pressing your index finger against his lips. You look up the road, still shushing. We're almost there. You soon arrive at your destination, an adorable restaurant situated beneath a carven wooden sign reading The Merchants of Breakfast. Beneath it is a freshly painted illustration of what seems to be the new mascot. A smiling giant anthropomorphic egg happily frying up a regular egg. He's got a voice balloon. I'm not doing that. I know not why I am so tasty, he says. That's new. You take your seats and the waiter comes by, introducing herself as Jessica and gives you menus. She's got a red and white checkered handkerchief in her belt. Everything's so homey and fun for her. Looking at the menu, you see an image of the egg frying an egg mascot again. Only now he's saying, if you fry us, do we not become extremely tasty? He's a round of water. Can I get y'all some coffee to start? Jessica says. Coffee, please. 2 milks, 2 sugars, says Benvolio. And the pound of flesh looks good. Yes, I will have that. Bacon, please. Certainly, Jessica says, and turns. And for you, you glance at the menu. All the dishes have cute names. You're trying to decide between the eggs that many men desired, scrambled, apparently, the devil can cite spinach and ham for his purpose. Spinach and ham quiche. And that love is blind. If by blind you mean delicious, and by love you mean the French toast. After a few moments of careful consideration, you do manage to choose your own breakfast. Let Jessica know your choice and give you some juice to go with it. I'll be back with that in the twinkling of an eye, sweetheart, she says, and she's gone. You and Benvolio look at each other. So, hey, What's up with your face? You finally say. I was at the beach, you know, the one by the lake? You nod. It's the best beach. Well, I showed up and dudes were biting their thumbs at each other, Benvolio says. I didn't know if the law was on their side or not. He takes a sip of water. Frankly, he says, I'm not even sure why we have laws about where and when citizens are permitted to bite thumbs. Seems kinda dumb. Welcome to Verano, you say. Yeah, well, I broke it up, but it still got a little bloody. Tybalt Capulet punched me in the nose, so I punched him back on his shoulder, and then stole his vest. That's justice, Benvolio says. You nod. Beach justice, you whispered. I. Benvolio looks around the room to see if anyone's listening in. Our family and the Capulets keep fighting cause, I don't know. There gotta be a way to end this. I know, just the thing, he says. Oh god. I'm gonna choose and then I'm gonna end this. No, you know what? I'm gonna ask you guys, please. I need your help with this because I cannot do this. Please comment down below or take the best of responses. Should I suggest to Benvolio to kill all the Capulets or to marry all the Capulets? Because I don't know. I'm gonna stop there, and we are on page 38. I'm gonna leave this right here so I don't, do anything. And if I don't get an answer, I'll pick by tomorrow, and yeah. So don't forget to like, comment your opinions, subscribe, share this video if you like it. I know it's really long, but I'll probably do 20-minute episodes, and follow my Instagram, like my Facebook page for the most updated content on this YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you guys for getting through this episode, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.